Okay, number 17 asks, do the number lines show 6/10 is greater than 75/100? Explain and mark the number lines to support your reasoning. So first off, let's just look at this comparison. 6/10 we know is not greater than 75/100. And so it's asking us, do these number lines show that? And we look at the two lines right now, and all we have on each number line are the numbers themselves are being compared. So here, this one has 6/10, and this number line has 75/100. And now when you look at these number lines, like, oh, well, yeah, 6/10, it shows it's greater than 75/100 because when you look, it's farther along on the number line. Well, yes, it is, but we know 6/10 is not greater than 75/100. And so what we know and how we're going to mark these number lines is that they're not the same. The hole where one hole is on each number line, it's in a different spot. And so we cannot use these two number lines to compare. If we just look at them, where they wind up on each number line, we can't compare them because they're not the same. There's this saying that says, it's like trying to compare apples to oranges. You're comparing different things. And that's exactly what's going on here in this problem. So I'm going to, it's no. The answer is no, and then we'll give our little explanation to support the reason, mark our lines. So let's start each number line. I'm going to start with 0 in the same spot. And what I'm going to do for this first one, I'm going to break it up. Let's see, the one will be about at the end because 6/10, that's close. 5/10 is a half of 1. So I'm just going to put that right here. So it's about a halfway in between the 0 and 1. So for this number line, start 0 here and the 1 is over here. Now for the second number line, 75/100. Now I know that's closer to 1 whole than 6/10 is. So I am going to put, my 1's going to be about right here. And then 5/10 is about here, the halfway between 0 and 1. So now I can see here, 75/100, that is closer to 1. And you can't use these two number lines to compare because, again, they're not showing that they're not the same length. And the whole here, 1 is way over here, and 1 lines up over here. So no, and put comma, the number lines, I'm just going to say they cannot be used to compare. And here I'm going to put their decimals instead of, they are numbers, but cannot be used to compare decimals because the size of the whole, which is where you get to 1 whole, here's 1 whole, there's 1 whole, the size of the whole is not the same. Oops, there you go. So that is for number 17. And let's do number 18. Charlie used a number line to show the distance from school to his house and the distance from school to Marie's house. How much farther is Marie's house than Charlie's house from school? So here we start with school, that's at the S, and it's 0. And the distance, the total of the number line, it goes to 1 mile. So each tick mark here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 1/10. And here, Charlie's house was at 5/10 of a mile, and Marie's house is at 8/10 of a mile. So how much farther is Marie's house and Charlie's house from school? Well, it's the distance between these two, which is 3/10 of a mile.